just delayed. Very delayed.
Are we live? Am I projecting at all? So we've opened up the public comment period. Is there anyone online who would like to speak? If you can, they can type a message to Ms. Graham and we'll unmute you. Any comments? Are they able to hear us now? If anyone would like to speak at the public comment period, please let Ms. Graham know by saying something in the chat. All right. Seeing no one, I'll go ahead and close the public comment period. And if someone has a burning desire to speak, I think we'll have time at the end. So at this time, I will close the public comment period. The next item up for business is 7 unfinished business ordinance and comprehensive plan updates. Ms. Graham.
But they are doing a presentation at 7 o'clock. There will be the survey results and trends, demographic and economic trends presentation. Then we will reconvene on Tuesday, the 13th. Do another work day at 5 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, the 14th, there will be another work day, but they will have a community presentation at 7 o'clock. And regarding the presentations on my DNS people, in person, but also on Zoom. And they have places that set up that they are going to have a slide there. So that's it. And then, of course, the following time we will have it is the corporate kind of like a down draft of that they planning to go for public hearing on the beneficial plan, and then
It's all Ms. Graham. Does anyone have any questions?
I had one question, Ms. Graham. Do we have any information on the response to the survey?
I do not. We do plan to have that next week.
Okay, thank you.
We do have the committee that will be sending out tomorrow 2 weeks with some things. I was also going to reach out to Trey to see if she wanted to participate, but if anybody else wants to participate on that, have anything that they'd like to add for the committee to consider.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? On the Berkeley group, how soon will they have the next draft, which should be close to final, to the Planning Commission Board of Supervisors. Mhm.
I did reach out to her back in the day, and it's not in the document. And that she didn't have it.
And will we have a track changes version either in Word or PDF? Okay.
She didn't do it last time, so she should be able to do it this time.
Well, it shouldn't be hard because they would have to use that to actually do the final version. So,
I will get into it.
okay, thank you. Yeah, I would like to have at least a week to go over it before the meeting with the supervisors. The supervisors should have it for a week as well. One thing, not for you, Ms. Graham, but for the full commission, while the Berkeley Group and this Planning Commission have worked extensively for about a year and a half, and it should be close to as good as it should be close to being ready for the public hearing. I would suggest to everyone here that between now and the public hearing, if we find additional things, we need to consider those. And also at the public hearing itself, there may be citizens who bring things to our attention that we had not thought of before. So the purpose of the public hearing is for the chance for the public to speak on the draft subdivision planning, zoning subdivision ordinance. And so we can still make changes after that time as well. So again, while we hope it's close to ready to go, I would encourage you all to continue looking at it. And if you see anything at our next meeting in early August, if not before, if we need to get together to talk about any potential changes, that we can do that. So just wanted to share that as well. So thank you.
Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I can't hear a thing that the young lady was just saying. Without a microphone, you can't hear. So everything that she just explained, it was impossible to know what she was saying.
Ms. Graham, could you go ahead and repeat the update for both the Berkeley Group and for the Hill Group as well?
Are you able to hear me if I'm up at the board?
I'm sorry, I still can't hear you.
Can you hear me if I'm up at the board?
Still can't hear you. I think you just, do you have a microphone like at the podium or?
Hey, Ray, would you like to sit beside me and maybe you could share this one?
Thank you, I'm sorry.
No, we want you to be able to hear. We want you to know what's going on. Okay, so July 12th, which is next Monday, we have a work group set up all day for staff and for the comp plan committee. But they are doing a presentation at 7 o'clock. And this is going to be on demographic and economic trends and survey information. That will be shown by Zoom. It'll be in person. and it will also be on the Facebook site. Tuesday, it's going to be all day staff and the comp plan committee working. And then on Wednesday, July 14th, it's going to be pretty much an all day work group. But then at 7 o'clock, they're going to do a community presentation and discussion. And that's going to be reviewing the survey findings and trends, draft vision and goals, key ideas and initiatives, feedback and discussion. And that also will be Zoom and on Facebook.
Will it be publicized in the newspapers?
It has been,
Good, thank you.
and it should come out again tomorrow. I put it in both newspapers.
Fantastic, thank you. Okay, thank you, Ms. Graham. Actually, while you're up though, any other questions on the ordinance and comprehensive plan updates?
I do have a
Mr.
question
Slater.
for you, Sherry. Is there direct community business involvement in these workshops, or is it just the parties listed on the schedule here?
During the day, it's going to be pretty much staff and then our comp plan committee. So, the public in the evening will be able to interact and ask questions or, give their information.
And if I may, Mr. Sluter, and for everybody on the call and in the audience, the citizens, the businesses of King Wayne County, as many people as possible need to complete the survey and be involved in every part of the process from start to finish. But this comprehensive plan needs to represent the entire county and all the stakeholders, residents, businesses, and the like. So if you know of any groups that need to be made aware of it, they've actually done a presentation which we're able to make 2 different groups. And so if you know some groups that would like to hear us speak, then we can work something out. So just let us know.
And that survey will be open right up until the end of us completing the comp plan.
Although the earlier we get the results, the
Yes, the
more
earlier the
effectively
better.
we can implement them into the plan. Okay, other questions? And if not, I'll let you go to your.
Okay.
No, so you're up for the next updates. You want to just have a seat, pretend you're.
It should be in your packet.
Did you have anything you wanted to report?
Only if you have any questions. We do have a new software program that we're still working the kinks out of. I think this will help with our reporting at the end of each month. Christina's actually been working on it a lot more than I have, but I think it will be a good system once we get the kinks out of it.
Would you like to formally introduce her to the full
Yep,
commission?
I'm sorry. And this is Christina Grover. She is our new zoning administrator. She comes from Gloucester, so we are glad to have her on board with us.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions about any of the reports that we received? Now, I'm hoping the reports will be a little easier to read. New software. Good.
Mr. Chairman, just the said June billing will be provided. That means did we get that yet?
I don't think so.
June said June billing now was provided today. Is that coming?
Got it.
Okay, we can just
So we'll
send
make
it
sure
to-
you get it.
Okay.
So, I noticed. Oh. Not for you. Yes, one quick question on the violations log. Welcome aboard. I noticed there are a lot of unclosed issues, so I guess as we get things rocking and rolling, you'll.
Well, we have another staff member that will be coming on board
Okay.
the 19th. Andy Lewis. I don't know if any of you know him.
No.
But he will be our environmental and zoning inspector. So I'm hoping once we have a full staff, we'll be able to get out and check some of these and close a lot of them out.
Fantastic. Just out of curiosity, because someone asked the question of me a few days ago, when we have violations on things like, for example, event venues, when we have that, during the non-work hours. Do we have a mechanism for following up on those?
There is something on our website, but I don't think it's been working very well. So unless it's an emergency, if it's an emergency, of course they call.
But I mean, if the
Yeah.
violations always occur on the weekends, y'all would have some mechanism to,
I have tried to go out now that I'm a lot closer and check some of these. It is still hard to catch them at times.
and your spread's thin, and I do know that. I do realize that. So thank you for all that you do. Any other questions on any of the logs and reports? All right. Yes. Yes, sir. Well, if you're referring to the zoning and subdivision ordinance, it can be downloaded off the county website, and it's about 200 pages. So it is on, well, both the current one is on the Muni Code, and also more importantly, the draft one, which we're getting ready to have a public hearing for in September, is on the website as well. So, all right. Well, if we have no other questions on the reports, the last thing is commissioner comments. And I will break protocol because normally the chair goes last. I want to thank Ms. Graham for all of her good hard work. I want to welcome our new zoning administrator. I also want to welcome our newest planning commission member, Mr. Matt Sluter. So we're glad you're on board. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. We look forward to you working with us. So thank you for joining us. And at this point, Ms. Height.
I just want to thank everybody who's in attendance tonight, and of course, as always, thank you to all the staff, and I'm glad to see that you have some new members joining you to help out with all the work that's going on, especially with everything that's coming up this month and next with our comp plan and to finalize our draft ordinance. Thank you.
Mr. Greenwood.
Yes, thank everybody for coming in. This is a small group tonight, and I think maybe people are having trouble getting in because I got a couple emails that said they couldn't get in and then they couldn't hear us. I don't know if there's maybe still glitches with the Zoom system because some people on the phone said they couldn't even get to put a note on there to talk if they wanted to, but I can't even get them to respond. So that's down. But then thanks everybody for everything they've done. I'm glad we got new employees too because I know we've been understaffed for a long time. So. Oh, and maybe a question for Sherry. People said that they couldn't get to the agenda tonight online. It wasn't at the main webpage like it normally is. I guess I'll just bring that out because somebody wanted to speak in public comment and say that, but they couldn't. So maybe, I know we've always hadn't had a problem with it, but and you can go a roundabout way. You can search way down the bottom of the website to agendas and things. Then you scroll all the way to the bottom and see planning commission. You can get them that way, but there used to be a link right at the front page. So that's just a minor thing and just wanted to bring that to somebody's attention. So, and thank you very much.
Mr. Wagner.
First, I would like to thank Christine for joining the staff, and I'm really looking forward, as I'm sure you are, to having a full staff finally after how many years. Also would like to welcome Mr. Sluter, and both Christine and Mr. Sluter. I'm sure I speak for all the planning commission in saying that if you have any questions, we would be more than happy to work with you. You got a lot of catching up to do in a very short period of time. So if you have any questions on the comp plan or the zoning and subdivision ordinance, we'll certainly be happy to talk with you. Other than that, thank everybody, both of you, for coming out, and those folks for listening in, and look forward to our next meeting.
Okay.
And our meetings next week.
All right, with that, then I will adjourn the meeting until July 12th at 7 p.m. and we'll be meeting jointly with the Board of Supervisors and the Economic Development Authority. The meeting is adjourned.
We forgot to ask Mr. Sluter if he had any comments.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right.
You spoke.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.